It's my honor now and a privilege to introduce a gentleman named Tom Kean, who's the CEO and president of Sea Change, which is a very important organization as a coalition leader representing the public, private, and voluntary sector devoting to eliminating the burdens of cancer throughout the United States. There's a very special presentation that Tom wants to make on behalf of Selma to Debbie, and please help me welcome Tom Kean.
Well, I have to tell you, I'm very privileged and blessed to be here today, along with my colleague, Kristen Santiago. I want to say, just when I thought about the legacy of Selma Debbie, I thought about all the people she touched through the work that she had done, because most of my connection with her was through her work. But the real legacy of Selma was here on the stage a few minutes ago. These young people, their lives and the lives of all of you extend the work that she had and the beliefs that she had way beyond anything that she may have even done professionally. So we came to know Selma a little later in life than most of the rest of you. And she was a part of our organization. We have kind of a weird organization. We have in our organization the leaders of most of the major cancer organizations in the United States. And they were asked to come together by the former President, Mrs. Bush, for the purpose of asking the question of, while all those organizations were doing their own individual good work, what was going undone that they would agree to work together? Now, this means everybody had to put aside their own ego, their own organizational agendas, and come to a table and act differently than they typically acted on a day-to-day basis. It's a fantastic organization, very eclectic group of people. We have everybody from the far right to the far left politically. We have everybody who's interested in primary prevention, all the things like smoking and diet and vaccines and et cetera, all the way to the end of life care. And as an organization, when you have that much eclectic nature, to get 160 or 200 people to sit in a room who are all running their own thing and to come to agreement on a few things is really important. The way we came to know Selma best was back in the day before it was popular to talk about palliative care, hospice care, pain management. Back in the days when people were trying to put it on a radar screen. And Selma was one of the people who came to our table, and in the true spirit of collaboration, of working with others and not looking just at her own agenda, but at the bigger picture of life, which I think epitomizes much of what Selma was about. It was never about Selma, it was never about, and I don't mean this pejorative, about vital options, it was about the big picture of life and the ways in which she might be able to change things. So we came to know her through the efforts, our efforts, to try and help put palliative and hospice care on the agenda. Kristen worked very closely with Selma during that period of time, and she wants to share a few thoughts with you about her experience in working with Selma.
So as Tom mentioned, I got to know Selma probably in the last 4 years as she worked with Sea Change to really promote palliative care and good quality of life for people with cancer. And working with Selma was a joy. She was driven, she was passionate, she was smart, and she was caring. And one thing that I think it's safe to say now is that it was really hard to say no to Selma. I mean, we work with a lot of leaders in the cancer community, and sometimes they're not always, they don't necessarily always want to listen to other people, but they listen to Selma. And so having Selma on our side, really promoting a good agenda, palliative care, quality of life, was just great to have her there. And for her, she brought her skills to the table as well. And she said, how can I help you? How can Vital Options and our services really help Sea Change work together to promote palliative care? So we're really thankful that we had her skill set and also her passion as a individual living with cancer. And I'm blessed that I was able to work with her and get to know her as an individual. So thank you for having us. And I agree with Tom, your family's awesome, so I should be proud. Now Tom is going to present the award to Debbie.
So we were very blessed to have Selma with us as a colleague. And over time, Selma became a friend. And as she began that final journey in her life, she became far more than a friend. She was somebody that I began at least, to share some philosophical things with her. I heard some things today about her faith and her background and the 3 kisses and so on and so forth that she would share with us. And it was that enriched my personal life and gave me an even deeper understanding. But how blessed am I to be here today and to see what I saw already today, and to be able to understand and see her in an entirely different light. An incredible human being and someone that we love dearly. But she's also was loved by a lot of our members, probably all of our members, but a lot of our members for sure. And one of those members is sitting here, Linda House, from the cancer support community, who in her own right is a great leader and a longtime friend of Selma's. And this year, when the organization announced its annual award nomination time, Linda immediately jumped in and nominated Selma for one of our 4 major awards. And that award is the George H.W. and Barbara Bush Award for Collaboration. We're looking for hidden heroes when we present these awards, people who are working tirelessly to make things happen but aren't necessarily the first person in the spotlight and not the spokesperson. And I can think of no one who deserved this award more than Selma does. And Linda, thank you for making that nomination possible. I also know that President and Mrs. Bush, in being informed of the fact that Selma was receiving this award, were equally surprised and thrilled that she was this year's recipient. It is a terrible irony in some ways that Selma didn't live to receive the award for herself. But we are really pleased to have this opportunity to be here, and we thank you, Debbie, and the family for giving us the chance to bring this award back home to Selma's home with Debbie.